everyone. My name is Summer Omar. I'm the founder of the Coalition to Save the Public Recreation Center downtown. We are made up of now more than 25 community organizations, including block associations, political clubs, nonprofits, and community groups, many of whom are here with us today. So I want to say thank you to everyone who is showing up to this rally. Now, from the outside, it looks like nothing has changed since the last time we were here back in June. But despite appearances, we are now in a very different place. For months, the Parks Department had claimed that there was no funding available to repair this rec center. They have since confirmed that $120 million in capital funding has in fact been allocated to this site, but hasn't been used for repairs. To be clear, this is funding that the City Council has already approved. It is funding that is already finalized in the city's capital budget, which means this is no longer a question of resources anymore. There is capital available to, at the very least, start repairs after shutting down this facility for now 5 years. Eric Adams has also recently decided not to run for re-election. And because he was one of the main drivers behind this demolition plan, the political pressure to keep pursuing this misguided plan is now no longer there. Something else has also changed. This issue is getting citywide attention because so many of you sent in questions to a town hall that happened just recently with the Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani. He was asked to take a public position on this local issue, and he said on the record that he would follow through on this commitment to repair the rec center. Now, this is not just any other campaign promise. It is also proof that our coalition work is working, that we are changing political expectations and we are raising the bar for what we expect our leaders to deliver. But let me also just say, I'm sure everyone here has heard the saying that many politicians will often campaign in poetry and then govern in prose, which means that if we want to see this campaign promise turned into action, we will have to keep showing up. We will have to stay organized. Let me also just add that since the last time we were here, Councilmember Botcher has called on the Parks Department to come up with a plan that is more responsive to the community, and we agree. So now, in light of all of these changes, why is the Parks Department still pushing this demolition plan? They have said themselves that capital is available. Political support for demolition has disappeared. Our community has opposed this plan from the beginning, and now we have a likely next mayor who has signaled support for repair. This should be the time to course correct, not another 5 years from now, but right now. So we were calling on the Parks Department to get ready to work with the City Council and with the next mayor to get us back on track towards repair. I want to thank you all again for showing up time and time again and for staying engaged. We are going to keep pushing until we see the doors to this facility open again. And now I am beyond thrilled to introduce the Executive Director of Village Preservation, Andrew Berman, who has shown many, if not all of us here, what it looks like to actually fight for your community, to stand up for your beliefs, and that we can actually make a difference when our voices are combined. So please give a warm welcome to Andrew Berman.
Thank you so much, Summer, and thank you to everybody for turning out and for months and months and months of writing and showing up and protesting and rallying so that we could get to the point where the architect of the destruction of Tony Dapolito Center is no longer running for mayor. So it's time for a reset. It's also time to reestablish the trust that's supposed to exist between our elected leaders and the people that they represent. We trusted 5 years ago when they closed the center and said, we're going to make repairs and reopen it, that that's what they would do. We trusted when they allocated $120 million for repairing the building, that's what it would be used for, not for demolition. But that's not what happened. In fact, if we left to their own devices, this building would be rubble. All because of a dream that the mayor had of some grand aquatic center he says he wants to build on this site, which nobody's asking for. We're asking for the pool to be repaired and reopened. We're asking for Tony Dapolito to be repaired and reopened. And we're asking for new additional facilities across the street, which the city says they're going to give us anyway. So listen to the people that you are supposed to represent and you are supposed to serve. This is what the people of this community, and not just this community, people from all across New York City that use the Tony Dapolito Center are saying they want. They want to see this building reopened and brought back to life. And I gotta tell you, the excuses that they give for why that's not what they're gonna do does not establish any great faith in our city leaders. They say the building's old and it needs repairs. We can't repair old buildings. I mean, come on. If our city government isn't capable of repairing an old building, what are they capable of? And by the way, one thing they are capable of is hypocrisy, because the people who say that all work in city buildings like City Hall and the Parks Department headquarters that are older than this, that needed more repairs than this, and are now spanking new with their glorious, fancy new offices in it where they go to work every day. So all we want is a place where people can come play ball, exercise, work out, whatever it is that they want to do in this community as they have for the last 100 or so years. And the last point that I'm going to make, and this sort of really speaks to, I think, a big part of the problem here, is that, with our current but not future mayor, he doesn't seem to think that the laws and rules apply to him. This community fought for many years to get this building landmarked, which means it's not supposed to go anywhere. The mayor said, those rules don't apply to me. I own this building. I want it to go away. It's going to go away. Well, now it's the mayor that's going away, and Tony Dapolito Center is going to stay. So as I said before, please, everybody, hold up those signs, but also make sure you scan those QR codes or go to that URL, send those letters to city officials, tell every one of the mayoral candidates that there should not be a controversy. Every one of them should be saying, I'm going to save Tony Dapolito Center. Say to our Councilmember Botcher, I want your first phone call after the election is called to be to whoever the new mayor is going to be, to say, how are we going to get Tony Dapolito Center reopened again? That's how we're going to make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew. Next, I am so happy to introduce our district leader here in the 66th Assembly District, Mark Fitzgerald, who has been a fierce advocate for the rec center since the first day.
Hello, neighbors. As Summer said, I'm Mark Fitzgerald. I'm your district leader, but I am also your neighbor. I have lived on the same block in West Village for 54 years. I know I look very young. But like you, I'm not here just for building. I'm here for our future. They call the demolition plan revitalization, but we know better. It's erasure. And when they tear down our past, we lose our story. So, and once it's gone forever. There are over $100 million on the table. And Eric Adams still wants to act like this building is a problem. This building is a powerhouse. Its bones are strong. Its walls are filled with our history, and its purpose is still alive. Restoring it is visionary. Public land, as I always say, must serve the people. So let's continue to raise our voices. Let's show City Hall that we won't be erased. Call your electeds, write them. When you see them on the street, tell them we want repair. We want restoration. Every damn time you see them. Let's save this building for us and for the generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Marm. Now I'd like to invite Francisco Gonzalez up to speak. He is a community leader and an activist that has been showing up time and time again to bring more attention to this issue. So let's please welcome Francisco.
Okay, guys, let's wake everybody up. I'm gonna start a chant. I'm gonna say no more. You guys are gonna say demo. No more. Demo. No more. Demo. No more. Demos. My name is Francisco Gonzalez. I was just a kid from the Lower East Side, coming here to the West Side Pool, Carmine Street Pool, Tony D Rec Center. Thanks to the church down the block, to Our Lady of Pompeii, I was able to go from there to here, play basketball, use the swimming pool. I have friends who made movies here in the past, and of course the amazing mural that we have of Keith Haring. Yeah. I was able to bring my kids before they closed. I was able to share the memories and all the great stuff I used to do in this neighborhood. So I'm proud to stand here today, and I suggest that we keep Tony D's legacy as being a great community leader and activist. I suggest we continue that and fight this current administration and hopefully work with the new administration that's coming to keep this amazing building open. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francisco. And now I am very excited to introduce Nick Caballero to join us. He's a community activist from Chelsea who grew up going to this rec center. And he knows that this fight isn't about abstract ideas. It's about whether the next generation of kids, not just from this neighborhood, but from all across the city, have a safe and affordable space to engage in recreation. So please, let's welcome Nick.
Thank you, folks. I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I'm just a living, breathing proof that when resources are given to the youth, you could become a very productive person to not just the world, but your community directly. This recreation center, as a former employee of the Parks Department, was one of the biggest moneymakers in the whole city of New York. It housed the Greenwich Village Basketball League, ran by a gentleman by the name of Ray Pagan for a multitude of years, and he would not have been able to, to give his service to the community if it wasn't for Tony Dapolito, one of the greatest human beings that there ever was. We housed an 82 league, kids from 6 years old all the way to the high school age. The kids never came out of pocket for anything. These are the kind of things that we need for our kids, for our future, for our stories to continue and be cherished and be celebrated. This is not just a building, man. This is a walking, talking community for everybody in the 5 boroughs, not just here. Thank you so much. Please give your resources, vote for Mamdani. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank all of the speakers, and as they've all said, we need to keep the momentum up. We're not just here just for a rally. We're here to start and get more engaged so that we are ready on day 1 of the next mayor's administration to finally start repairing this facility. Thank you all for coming out.